Hi! I've finished the Black Rider and it takes us to Bree, where we have another little hub we can explore, and it seems they're connected, which is kind of cool. So if you want, you can run all the way back. The little ferry crossing the river, which you took at the end of the last mission. But I'm just having a little knock around here and looking to see what there is to do. So it's kind of just a bit of an aimless wander, to be honest. Having a look around here, I wanted to see if I could make it back to the Shire. And there's all sorts of things to uncover. But if you have a look here, there's a fire you can light. And when you light that fire there, it burns away these twigs, and there's 10,000 studs there, which is quite nice. Anyway, I headed back to the Shire after checking out this little house here, where there didn't appear to be much to do apart from smash stuff as usual. And if you carry on up here, there's another brick to get, which involves kind of a fun whack-a-mole game. It's very silly, typically Lego. But there's a brick, and they're used for forging items, which I discovered towards the end of this walkthrough. You can also fast travel between the little stone men. So I'm about to select this one here, and you can fast travel back to Bree. Now within Bree there are 4 little fires to light, and I'll show you exactly where they are in a second. And there's a few quests to pick up, although I haven't quite worked out how to do those quests yet. And it's always worth grabbing the mapstone. But here's the first quest. Dude wants you to get some food for his kids, which is back in, if you go selected and select start quest, it shows you the trail. And it's back in the Black Rider mission. So I went back and played that a little bit later, but I didn't have much luck, so I'll go and investigate that later. Or a second time, or perhaps a third time. There's a little hidey hole here you can crawl into, and there's a silver brick up here, mithril I guess, and another 10,000 studs. And then you can leave back down the way you came in. There we go. And the little fires to light, which Sam can light, this to crank and a silver brick pops out of that. You can smash these up for coins. Obviously everything's smashable in the Lego world, I quite like that. Even if they don't entirely destroy, they usually spit coins everywhere, which is always pretty awesome. Anyway, that's the third fire, I think? Yeah, that's the third one. And that big old arrow, actually I thought it was going to start the next mission, but it doesn't. It actually unlocks forging at the Blacksmith, and we'll have a look at that in a second. But there's the 4th fire. And so if I go back to the entrance here, this is where they are. There's one dead ahead, one just on the right there. Then if you take a left, there's one ahead of you behind that house, and one to the right over by the Blacksmith Forge up there. So if you want to unlock those for easy money, that's not a bad thing to do. Anyway, I went back and got the quest off this guy to go and find his friend's food, so or his kid's food. I'll do that in a second. Here we go, and select Start Quest. And it has a dotted trail all the way back to the Black Rider, so I ran along there. And started the quest and went through it, but didn't really find much. But I wasn't looking very hard, I just kind of rushed it. I was hoping there would be something obvious, but there wasn't. But the long and the short of that was not very much. So I spoke to this guy, and he wanted a mithril trowel creating, and he told me to go to the blacksmith, and this is where things started to get really interesting. So I got the mithril trowel recipe. And look at all these other items that have got to be collected. That's quite exciting. OCD tingling. Anyway, it costs 2 silver coins to make a mithril trowel, silver bricks to make a mithril trowel. And the blacksmith has a look at it, and then you have to jump on the bellows to set it off. There we go, just jump on the end. And the blacksmith will get in there, pull this out, and forge a little trowel that you can then put in your treasure trove, or go straight into your treasure trove. So press and hold B, access the treasure trove, select the mithril trowel, and take it back to this dude. I accidentally walked into the Prancing Pony pub after speaking to him. He drops a red brick. So I've ripped that cutscene out, but I've got Aragorn now, and you can buy the quest finder. And to activate red bricks, if you hit start, or bring up the menu and then go to extras, you'll see all the red bricks there. And so select quest finder to on, and then exit, go back to resume. And you'll see all these little white arrows popping up now, and these are quests you can get. And I did work out a little bit later how to get over there. You go around the outside and jump over a wall. And there's a dude who wants me to find a mushroom in the Black Rider quest place too, so I've got to go back in there for a couple of quests. But anyway, there's a red arrow there, which is intriguing. I guess I will work out what to do with that later. Anyway, I will see you in the next mission. Hope that was interesting. Lots of love. Bye!